Life's single lesson, that there is more accident to it than a man can ever admit to in a lifetime and stay sane. Las Vegas is the ultimate physical manifestation of our attempt to defy nature and probability. From the air, you see neat squares of houses and vibrant green golf courses pushed directly against the dead brown desert. Inside the casinos, the sensory overload takes over. The floor is filled with garish neon lights on makeshift beams, 70s-style dining chairs, and the unmistakable metallic tang of thousands of exhausted bodies sharing stale, recycled air. The stark contrast of the environment tells you everything you need to know. Las Vegas shouldn't exist. It stands entirely as a monument to the human illusion that we can somehow manage and control chaos. Enter Maria Konnikova, an academic psychologist who stepped into the World Series of Poker to empirically test the limits of human agency. She placed herself in the grueling physical reality of the tournament room, a sea of pensive faces, obscured by sunglasses and hoodies, packed tightly together in an attempt to outsmart one another. Here, poker serves as a high-stakes psychological laboratory. It proves that life remains entirely unmanageable unless you first master every single variable you can actually control. If you want to understand probability, you have to discard the Hollywood myths. Card counting applies strictly to blackjack, not poker. Real success relies on strict execution, completely absent of James Bond-style intuition or explosive table tantrums. Konnikova chose Eric Seidel as her mentor. He represents the exact opposite of the limelight-seeking professional. Seidel is defined entirely by quiet observation and precision. Minimizing luck requires a deeply unglamorous routine. It means waking at 6 in the morning to a harp alarm, reverse commuting to a New Jersey coffee shop, and grinding through massive volumes of online hands. True statistical edge rarely looks exciting. It derives directly from relentless discipline and massive data aggregation. To read human behavior under pressure, players moved past relying on gut feelings and turned to rigorous behavioral science, led by analysts like Blake Eastman. In the Beyond Tell study, researchers paired video with RFID technology, a system detecting microchips embedded in playing cards. As it reads the cards, software codes the player's physical behavior, matching bodily movements directly to the statistical strength of their hand. The underlying psychology assumes that people do not react passively to situations. They are active, goal-directed individuals, constantly constructing plans and creating the situations themselves. Tells offer no magical window into the soul. They are simply measurable, exploitable data points generated by predictable human systems. The culmination of this rigorous behavioral and statistical training arrived when Konnikova entered a major international tournament at the sprawling Atlantis resort in the Bahamas. She secured an absolute, undeniable victory, capturing a major international poker title on the exact day of her wedding anniversary. By locking down her own psychology and adhering strictly to the data. By doing so, she appeared to conquer chance itself. The execution of perfect skill successfully neutralized the random variance of luck. But assuming the contained, measurable risks of a game applied to the unbounded chaos of reality is a cognitive trap known as the ludic fallacy. Without warning, a severe medical crisis struck. First, her hearing vanished entirely. Then her eyesight went completely black. Grabbing the bathroom counter, she fell to the hard tile floor. She fought back waves of intense nausea, desperately trying to stay conscious and avoid choking, hoping her husband would hear her from the other room. All the behavioral coding and tournament mastery meant absolutely nothing in this moment. No amount of statistical analysis could predict or prevent a biological accident. This medical emergency represents the ultimate bad beat. It proves definitively that unpredictable, terrifying accidents always hold the upper hand in the real world. If a random physical collapse can wipe you out in seconds, why bother studying the science of decision-making at all? We master the controllable variables, our daily routines, our reactions, and our behavioral data, not to eliminate bad luck. We lock those down to build the psychological resilience required to survive the inevitable chaos we can never control.